You're watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. Our red tide coverage continues tonight as Governor Rick Scott is directing state agencies to use all available resources to help fight red tide along the southwest Florida coast.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission and the Department of Environmental Protection will work to enhance cleanup efforts and increase water testing to best minimize the impacts of red tide. FWC will also deploy additional scientists to assist with local efforts to save animals that are affected by red tide. The agencies will also meet with the local officials and update the public on what steps are being taken to alleviate the problem.
Right now, FWC is taking the following actions. You can report dead fish to the toll-free Fish Kill hotline or submit a report online. FWC works with Mote Marine Lab to monitor red tide along the Gulf Coast. The agency also partners with USF, offering a new harmful algal bloom tracking tool that generates 3.5-day forecast for bloom trajectories.
Coming up at 6, we'll have some new information about the possible connection between Lake Okeechobee algae and red tide here in southwest Florida. In the meantime, ABC 7 has been out in front of this season's red tide crisis, covering this story from every angle. Make sure to log on to mysuncoast.com to access our catalog of coverage, including answers to your most frequently asked questions.
Right now, let's check our Friday night weather with Steve Newman, who's in for Bob tonight.
Thanks, Scott. Hopefully these offshore winds that we're getting will eventually help disperse the red tide. It's going to take a major event to really dislodge it, to get it to blow offshore. 91, the current temperature in Tampa, 79 at Fort Myers because of some rain cooling. And here and there you're seeing some little yellows and greens where the rain have cooled temperatures off into the 70s and in some cases the 60s up north. Across our viewing area, 77 in Punta Gorda because of that passing storm that has also cooled off Northport. But we're still warm up here at Sarasota and Bradenton, close to 90 degrees along the coast of beaches in the low 80s. Now we can see our current conditions at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport. It is 89 at current temperature. The dew point up there at 74. It's been higher the last few days, but it's still a little muggy. And you can see our satellite images bringing in this flow from the south to the east, and that's going to produce our afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms that will continue right on through the weekend and through the early part of next week. Here's our radar view showing that storm going over Punta Gorda, cooling them off, and the same for Northport. Now approaching the I-75 about Fruitville and I-75, heading more toward University Park and Bradenton in the next couple of hours. You get a closer view of that. A lot of lightning, so be alert to that if you're out and about, especially traveling up I-75. Here is the future radar showing those storms moving on by, and once they're gone, it looks like we'll be after midnight dry for the rest of the night. This model has been pretty consistent for the last couple hours on doing that with a very light offshore wind, and I'm kind of hoping that light offshore wind will help blow the red tide fumes offshore. A chance of thunderstorms right on through the evening hours with temperatures right now in the upper 80s, cooling off as you go out and enjoy our Friday night across the Suncoast. A chance we'll see showers and thunder showers through the evening, but I think as we saw on that model, that chance kind of diminishes through time as we move toward midnight. Our complete weather forecast and a look at the tropics in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Steve, thank you. Tonight, new developments surrounding the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Police say they are closing their investigation into the Las Vegas shooting without answering that key question: what drove a gunman to unleash gunfire that killed 58 people and wounded hundreds more? Police have spent countless hours investigating the October 1st shooting, although they cannot pinpoint a motive. Authorities say they are confident there is no evidence of a conspiracy or a second gunman. The sheriff of Clark County says Stephen Paddock showed no signs of a troubled mind.
A judge ruling today the public has a right to see the Broward School District's report about accused Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz. Cruz's attorneys said that the report containing Cruz's educational records will infringe on his right to a fair trial. The judge, though, disagreed. She noted the report is heavily blacked out. Cruz faces execution if convicted of killing 17 people and wounding 17 others in that Valentine's Day attack at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
Palmetto police are looking for information on the driver of a truck they say was involved in a hit and run. Police say that crash resulted in serious injuries. Detectives say they're also looking to speak with Tommy Lowen in regards to the case. At this time, police have not called him a suspect. If you have any information on this case, you can submit a tip to Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS.
We're just 10 days away now from the start of the new school year, and this weekend it is time to stock up. The annual back-to-school sales tax holiday starting today. The sale will wrap up Sunday right before midnight. Now, clothes, shoes, and accessories for $60 or less per item are tax-free, and so are the basic school supply items if they ring up for less than $15 an item. This is a great time to stock up on essentials the kids will need when they head back to class on August 13th.
We need glue sticks, glue of all kinds, binders, folders, notebooks, that kind of stuff. So we're pretty new to Florida, so we've never experienced a tax-free thing, so we're going to try it.
As you head to the stores this weekend, remember some retailers will be having sales of their own in addition to offering coupons, so keep your eye out for those deals and save even more money.
Certainly some good ideas there.
Yeah, the Walmart in Venice was taken over by police officers and their new friends this morning. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez joined them there as well.
She has that story of how members from the Venice Police Department helped over a dozen kids get ready to go back to school.
It was a double thumbs up kind of morning for students who took part in the Venice Police Department's 30th annual Shop with a Cop.
Something that these kids don't ever normally get to do every year with a cop, police officer, to be able to go out and go shopping and spend that special time having that positive, interaction with them, with us, and be able to do this day is just a very special, rewarding thing for each and every one of us that's doing this for these kids.
They went down every aisle of school supplies looking for backpacks and scissors, while also picking out clothes for the new school year. Each of the 13 students were paired with a member from the police department as their shopping buddy and had a $300 budget to gear up for the first day of school.
They are giving you the opportunity to buy stuff that you cannot have or buy, and that's a really beautiful experience for me.
The program is in partnership with the Salvation Army, which determines which local children need the most assistance.
I get to work with these kids in our program, so I get to see them light up and see those worries just melt away and see them build those relationships with them and know that we're doing good.
In Venice, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Rebecca, thank you. Getting ready for a new school year is not cheap, and the Gettle Automotive Group wants to make sure Suncoast students get all the school supplies they need as well. And so this Saturday, tomorrow, volunteers will be at the Walmart on Cattleman Road in Sarasota and the store on State Road 64 East in Bradenton. They'll be at each location from 10 to 2 collecting supplies and backpacks to donate to Manatee and Sarasota Education Foundations.
Summer camps are winding down here on the Suncoast, but there is one camp that has a curriculum like few others. This is the local YMCA's annual Camp Incredible. Camp directors say reading is a large component of each day. The kids spend part of the afternoons reading something of their choice, and on some mornings they even have guest readers. The director of youth development says it's important to get kids in the habit of reading.
So much of what happens over the summer is the kids kind of slide back a bit, and so to be engaged in the Suncoast campaign for grade level reading and have those children have that as part of their day at camp, it's just amazing to see them get excited about reading, putting it in a fun environment, something they attribute to be, summertime fun, and to make reading enjoyable, I think is a great opportunity for the Y and for any camp to really encourage reading as part of their curriculum.
The reading activities are part of the community-wide Summer Book Challenge supported by the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading and the Patterson Foundation.
Awesome program.
Yeah.
They'll be much more ready for school.
They will, hopefully.
Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a new study that shows many workers can expect a pay raise this year.
Plus, how a trade war with China could impact lobster fishermen in the Florida Keys. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
From the moment she walked in the door, we stopped having to go to the pharmacy. Certain prescriptions, my health plan or the pharmacy wasn't even able to get here. And hospice provided them, and all we had to do was call up, and the next thing they know, there was another, a delivery.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Selfless service is the guiding principle of every Army National Guard soldier. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. To be an Army National Guard soldier is to serve something greater than yourself. Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
More Americans are being injured in car crashes and from gunshot wounds. That's according to a new study published this week in JAMA Surgery. The U.S. has experienced a disturbing increase in violent and unintentional injuries over the last few years. The study examined the period between 2000 and 2016 and found injury remains a leading cause of death in the nation. Those findings reverse positive gains made in the 1980s and 90s.
Well, your heart may know the difference between living in the city and living in the suburbs. ABC's Stephanie Ramos tells us why living in the city may not be healthy for your heart.
We've all heard the importance of leading heart-healthy lives, exercising, eating right, minimizing stress. But our hearts may not like one other thing a lot of us are doing, living in polluted cities. In a new study, researchers from the UK studied the size of the hearts of 3,800 people exposed to low levels of air pollution in urban areas. They found that pollution was directly associated with larger pumping chambers of the heart. Experts tell us if the chambers of the heart enlarge beyond a certain point, the heart can have trouble pumping blood, known as heart failure. The participants only saw a 2% increase in the size of their hearts on average, but other studies have already linked pollution to higher risks of cardiovascular disease and death. The current study may help explain how this happens. Experts hope these results will enforce policies against pollution around the world. In the meantime, we can all continue to be heart healthy with what we can control: good old exercise, healthy diets, and stress-free lives. With this Medical Minute, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News.
Time to get another check on the weekend weather. Here's meteorologist Steve Newman in for Bob tonight. Steve?
Scott, it's going to be a pretty nice weekend, just what you would expect for early August, right in the thick of the dog days of summer. And things are not moving along very quickly, as you can see from our time lapse from the Sarasota Baycam. The clouds moving very slowly, but these darkening clouds, that's a sign there's a storm right on our doorstep. We'll look at it on radar in just a minute. very hot too. 102 is the feel-like temperature at Gainesville. We've had some rain cooling down in Collier and Lee County, and those storms are approaching us. Miami's current heat index is 97, but look at this. Up at Parrish, it feels like 100 right now, 98 in Sarasota, but this is fixing to change, as we say in Texas, with these storms approaching from the southeast. And you can see that flow very clearly. Yesterday it was more like this, and now it's more like this, and over the weekend it'll have a more easterly component. And that's just driving this parade of afternoon, evening thunderstorms right across the Suncoast. It came up for I-75 corridor from Fort Myers into Charlotte County, and you can see we've had a lot of rain down there in Punta Gorda and lightning around Northport as well. But this storm right now is approaching downtown Sarasota with a lot of lightning. Right now it's about Fruitville Road and a lot of just about to our studio, and this is going to be producing some very powerful lightning. Those blue bolts indicate positive charges, so stay indoors in around downtown Sarasota until those storms pass. Speaking of storms, it's been a very wet, stormy 2 or 3 or 4 days along the Atlantic coast with a trough of low pressure just parked there. In fact, there's a lot of advisories for flash flood watches and warnings. And near Warwick, Massachusetts, just in the last few minutes, this just expired. Well, they've extended a tornado warning up there in the northern part of Massachusetts. But I was wanting to show you all these flash flood watches up and down the coast. Now look at the tropics, and we're still looking good. Things are not happening anywhere, and we hope it stays that way. Pretty quiet across the Atlantic because of unfavorable conditions. Doesn't look like anything is likely to form there in the weeks ahead, but we have to keep an eye between now and into September and October through the Caribbean and the Western Gulf and the Gulf of Mexico as well. But right now it's all quiet, just your garden variety thunderstorms here and there across the Gulf of Mexico, part of that trough that extends up along the Atlantic coast. Here's our future cast showing the weekend ahead, and I think you're going to like the weather forecast. Here's the current state with those thunderstorms moving offshore. Things calm down overnight tonight. Tomorrow morning calm, but look at this. It's noon tomorrow. It fires up again. They go offshore. Things calm down on Saturday night, and into Sunday afternoon, here they go again. It's a very typical pattern. It's one that we like because it cools us off during the afternoon and evening as these storms pass by. Now, our winds at the open waters out in the Gulf, easterly in the morning, northerly in the afternoon, 5 knots, seas 2 feet, only a light chop on bay and inland waters. And the beaches seem to be cleaning up. If you get out there on the beach, enjoy it. 90 is going to be hot. The air temperature for the high tomorrow, 90, the water temperature 87 with a chance of thunderstorms. And make sure you use a sunscreen with a UV index of 11. Clearing skies after these storms pass by, 75 the low, with those east winds continuing overnight. And tomorrow, a partly sunny day with the storms firing up. I think I'm going to up that to about a 50% chance tomorrow on our next newscast. I've been looking at it. I think that may be a little conservative. 91 the high temperature. And here's your 7-day outlook. That chance again at 60% on Sunday, 40% on Monday. And then off and on, it's really hard to forecast several days out this time of year because the atmosphere is so chaotic. There are no really strong currents moving across Florida, but we'll drop the chance down to 30%. But I give that forecast about a C if I were grading it. But we'll follow it. John Scalzi and Wendy will follow that all weekend long. That's your weather. Now traffic.
All right, thank you so much, Steve. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. We are seeing some issues along US 41 in Bradenton this evening in both of the north and southbound lanes between State Road 70 and Cortez Road. If you're heading north, it does clear up once you pass the Cortez intersection. If you're heading south, it clears up just past State Road 70.
The July jobs report shows U.S. unemployment dropped last month. The unemployment rate fell to 3.9%. The economy adding 157,000 jobs during that time period, but that was a little below economists' expectations. However, paychecks did grow slightly compared to a year ago, up 2.7%. Overall, the economy grew at a rate of 4.1% in the second quarter of this year, its fastest pace in nearly 4 years. And a new study shows many workers can expect a pay raise this year. According to a report released today from Career Builder, 58% of employers are planning to give out raises by the end of 2018, with the pay raise increasing by 5% or more at 24 companies. For new job seekers, 63% of employers plan to hire full-time workers in the second half of the year. Those hiring in the remaining months of 2018 will likely offer employees benefits like signing bonuses, free lunches, extra paid time off, and the ability to work remotely.
E-cigarette sales have soared as prices have fallen. A new study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that e-cigarette sales rose 132%, while their prices dropped between 2012 and 2016, especially prices for rechargeable devices. As prices have tumbled in recent years, it's become easier for teens to get their hands on those devices. Research has shown that young adults are more likely to use the products than adults. The CDC study now noted that those devices are now more popular among teenagers than traditional cigarettes. Well, lobster fishermen in the Florida Keys fear a trade war with China could undermine storm recovery in the island chain. Lobsters are among the seafood and other U.S. goods hit by Chinese tariffs in early July. Florida's nearly 8-month commercial spiny lobster fishing season opens on Monday. Keys fishermen had hoped that the harvest would help them recoup losses from Hurricane Irma, but the industry has come to depend on Chinese exports, and fishermen worry tariffs could raise prices, sending the Chinese market looking for lobster in another country's waters.
We're going to have all your entertainment news right after this.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real. You can recover. It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery. The world is a beautiful place again. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Attorneys for Harvey Weinstein will be allowed to present emails in court from one of the anonymous women who have accused him of sexual assault.
A judge will allow some 40 emails from one of the women to be used, provided her name and initials remain confidential. Weinstein's attorneys say the emails show he had a friendly relationship with the woman, even several years after the date when she said she was raped by Weinstein. His legal team also said a motion to dismiss the charges will be filed, and they will pursue charges of misconduct against prosecutors for not sharing the emails. Justin Timberlake is getting into the game show business. Variety magazine reports Fox is working on a show co-created and executive produced by JT. It will be called Spin the Wheel. Contestants will spin a 40-foot wheel, which is packed with money and unpredictability. The players must correctly answer trivia questions to add cash to the wheel, but with every incorrect answer, their potential haul goes back to zero. Actor Dax Shepard will host that new show.
That sounds like a fun game show. I want to go. Well, Jane Fonda now has a Lifetime Achievement Award. She was given the honor at the 14th Annual Traverse City, Michigan Film Festival. The actress, author, and political activist accepted the award in person, and she screened her new HBO documentary, Jane Fonda in 5 Acts. Now, dozens of Vietnam War veterans protested the festival over Fonda's anti-war activism in the 1970s.
Jenny Garth is selling her multi-million-dollar home in Studio City, California. According to Variety magazine, the actress is selling the home that fans watched her renovate on HGTV back in 2014. Garth is known for her role in the 1990s hit series Beverly Hills 90210. She recently listed that home with an asking price of around $4.5 million. It has 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, a lap pool and a spa, a skylight top family room, a backyard with a putting green, I like that, and a sunken trampoline, and some pretty nice views as well.
Well, Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, turns 37 tomorrow. She was born in Los Angeles on August 4th, 1981. It will be her first birthday as a member of the British royal family after marrying Prince Harry back in May. The two began dating in the summer of 2016 after they were set up by a mutual friend. She's the first American to marry into the British royal family since 1936. I wonder if there's a special birthday celebration for British princesses.
I bet there'll be a cake as big as this desk.
Probably, yeah.
And she's setting some fashion trends, right? With the neckline of her dresses.
She's very classy. I like her taste these days. Not too much, not over the top, but still beautiful, I think.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be right back with more news.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
According to a new survey by U.S. News and World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
For a lot of kids, summer is the best time of year. But for some kids, summer is the hungriest time of year. So many kids rely on school for regular meals, and in the summer when school's out, those meals disappear. But I've got some great news for you. Kids can get free healthy meals at thousands of places across America. To find a summer meal site near you, just text the word food to 877-877. Have a great summer, America.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.